And we are live. Good Friday afternoon, everyone. It is afternoon my time. You are listening to Saving Money Unapologetically with PG, your host. That is me. Thank you for tuning in. I'm coming on this afternoon. We have a few things that we need to deviate from and get right off into it. Y'all know that I don't pull any punches. The state of the United States is in a crisis right now with some real serious issues. I'm going to call on all Democrats, calling all Democrats, calling all Democrats. I need you down to the front. I don't need you sitting in the back. I need y'all to put y'all hearing aids in your ears, turn them on full blast, do whatever it is you need to do. I need all Democrats, calling all Democrats, and sensible Republicans who will not be voting Republican this year in the 2024 presidential election. I need y'all to listen up, and I need you to listen up right now. We have a serious problem. And I'm going to speak briefly. Excuse me for rattling and going on here as far as moving some stuff around on the desk. But I'm going to speak briefly, you guys, in all seriousness. We got a rogue Supreme Court that we need to rein in, and we need to get their asses together real fast. And it's going to take an act of Congress and an act in the Senate to bring these people back down a few notches. But I'm going to tell you, I wasn't surprised at the immunity decision that the Supreme Court justices had made, for the simple reason this has been brewing for some years, you guys, years. And Trump has been their scapegoat, basically. But they have been brewing this and have been planning this all along for a number of years. And I'm not just talking 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. I'm talking probably over a span of at least 20 years plus. And now things are coming to fruition for them. Not us, but for them. But we cannot let that happen. We live in a democratic society. We live in a democracy, and I am not trying to live in a monarchy. I know that you aren't either, and that's why I'm coming on today, because it's going to affect, yes, it will affect your money, it will affect your benefits, it will affect your retirement, it will affect unions, it will affect everything and all in between. So I need everybody to listen up and listen carefully. Put your listening ears on. Calling all Democrats, calling all Democrats. We are in a crisis. We do not need to spend a whole bunch of time talking about, oh, woe is poor Joe Biden, and he is this and he's that. God damn it, he's old, and fucking Trump is just as old, damn near. Okay, only by a few years younger. That's it. All right. But we know there's a big difference between Trump and Joseph R. Biden. The difference is one has some decent integrity, and the other one doesn't have anything going for him except a loser, a liar, a racist, a narcissist, an adjudicated sex offender, and a convicted felon, and a poor businessman. No ethics whatsoever. Unethical. Period. End of discussion on his ass. What we need everyone to do, whether you're a Democrat or a sensible Republican, we got to rein in the rogue Supreme Court. If we don't, you're going to wake up and you're going to have a serious problem. You think this shit is funny? You think, oh, my vote doesn't count? Watch and see. You stay home and you do absolutely nothing. You ain't seen shit yet. This is only the beginning. With that being said, we can contact Senator Dick Durbin, whose real name is Richard, but people call Richard a lot of times Dick for short. Richard J. Durbin. He is our Democratic Senate Majority Whip, but also he is chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And in that committee, they look at how things are going with court systems, the judicial system, period. Yes, it would take an act of Congress under Article 3, but it can be done to get or to impeach some of these rogue justices off of the damn court. Yes, it will take an act of Congress. But what I say to you today, folks, is to get in touch with the Majority Whip and the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, who is Senator Richard Durbin. His number is on the screen. I'm going to call out the number for you. 202-224-7703. I need everybody to give this office a call. Those calls, y'all, don't act a fool, don't cuss the people out, but I need you to ask them to have Senator Durbin look into the rogue Supreme Court and let's try to rein them in under Article 3 and impeach some of these rogue justices. If not, I need for you to ask them also to investigate what is really going on within the Supreme Court and how some of these big billionaires have infiltrated the Supreme Court justices to taking bribes and what have you, and basically paying them off to do their dirty work behind the scenes and to pass these laws and to rule on things that they should not be ruling on at all. Please contact Senator Durbin's office. Again, the number is 202-224-7703 and ask that the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee please do something. Get his other constituents involved, and please let's act swiftly and professionally. Another number for Senator Durbin's office is 202-224-2152. Again, 202-224-2152. He is the Democratic Senate Majority Whip, as well as the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and that is the committee, and those are the his colleagues and others who are in charge of looking into things that have gone haywire in the judicial system. So I need you to contact these people, calling all Democrats and all sensible Republicans. Please reach out to your colleagues across the aisle, Republicans who will not be voting for the orange dotard, wannabe dictator, wannabe king. Please get in touch with Senator Durbin's office, as he is the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and ask that they act swiftly and professionally in doing something to turn this ship around. It is needed, and it is needed not yesterday, not tomorrow, but it is needed right now. Okay? This is a picture of Senator Durbin, not happy at all as what was going on, and this picture was taken during a hearing looking into Harlan Crow, who's a billionaire who has been doing the most with, of course, Uncle Tom Thomas, that sets himself on the Supreme Court that should not be there. Again, Senator Dick Durbin, Richard J. Durbin is his full name, or let's say his government name, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. I need you guys to contact them, that office. Those calls are recorded. Those calls are documented. and filed so that they will know that there has been an influx in calls and people are calling. I need you to call all across the nation. I need y'all to call 202-224-2152 or 202-224-7703 and ask that the Senate Judiciary Committee get involved with the latest actions of the Supreme Court. Please do yourself a favor and all other great citizens of this great nation a favor and contact the necessary people that you need to contact. Also call your local Democratic leaders. Call Washington, D.C. 202-224-7703. Again, 202-224-2152. You can reach out to Senator Dick Durbin's office and the Judiciary, the Senate Judiciary Committee. The rogue court versus modern democracy. We live in a democracy. The court has gone rogue, and we can't have both. That is just not going to work. We can't have both. We're going to have one or the other. Okay? And I'm rolling with the democracy. I'm rolling with Biden. Let's get up off of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Let's move forward. Let's get behind them, stand with them, do whatever we can to support them. I need all of the Democrats to contact your local offices, your Democratic offices, and your Democratic committees in your local state and townships that you reside in. Volunteer, make phone calls. If you can't get out and knock on doors or canvass areas, help somebody that you know, family, friends, relatives, whomever, co-workers, people that you chatted up with at church or whatever. Get them registered to vote. We need to vote the Democratic ticket all up and down the goddamn ballot from A to Z and all in between. Please, it's going to matter. It's going to matter. If you care about your grandchildren, your children, and your grandchildren's children or children going forward, and the youth of this great nation moving forward, please vote. Please vote democratically. Democrat. Okay? If you're a Republican, I have some Republicans that are that I speak to quite often, and they will not be voting for the orange dotard wannabe dictator on day one. They will not be voting. They are not going to stay home. They are giving Biden and Harris their support. Please, please, I'm not begging, but do the right thing for yourself and others. This is not just a red versus blue. This is not all about that. Our democracy, our entire democracy, y'all, is at stake, and it's on the line. We just celebrated our nation's birthday yesterday. Today is a brand new day. Today is a brand new day. So let's get it together. Let's keep going and moving in the right direction. The news media, the regular, everyday news outlets, always gonna talk about, oh, Biden, he getting ready to quit. He gonna do this. He's gonna step down. I need you funky ass Democrats, and I'm gonna call you some funky ass Democrats that's running around trying to turn your back on Joe Biden. You done forgot from where you came from. You done forgot all of the different things that you have been afforded with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's administration, the entire administration for this president that is current. Don't forget what you have achieved and what you've accomplished with the help of Joe Biden for your constituents back in your home states that you represent, that put you in that position, that put you in office. They hired you. You didn't hire your damn self. The people hired you. Okay? Get up off of Joe Biden. You want to do something? Support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for another 4 years. I don't care if they got to roll Joe's ass in a wheelchair, in a scooter, on a tricycle, a bicycle. I don't care. I'm going to support that entire administration because I know that administration saved this country. You want to talk about gas prices was $2 under Trump. Nobody was fucking driving. They didn't have anywhere to go. God damn it. We were under a pandemic. We were in a pandemic where millions of people lost their lives all across the world, including this great nation. You want to talk about craziness? Let's talk about craziness. You want to talk about the unemployment? Record unemployment has been seen under the Biden-Harris administration. You want to talk about infrastructure? You want to talk about building new roads, repaving roads, resurfacing things? Biden-Harris administration has done what they said that they were going to do. They haven't been able to fulfill all of the promises, but damn it, they've done a hell of a good job at doing what they have done, and are continuously working towards improving our great nation as we know it and trying to keep this ship upright. So I need you funky ass Democrats to get yourselves back together and get in line and do the right thing and support Biden and Harris. I'm talking about the funky ass Democrats that set their asses up there and go on and play with the local news and the national news media and all of that so that they can save face and act as though they doing something or saying something, and you going against your very administration that you are in currently. I need y'all to get yourselves together, because if I was next to you right now, I'd slap your ass so hard Google wouldn't be able to find you. Moving right along, folks, swiftly and professionally, I'm going to give you a picture of the Supreme Court. Not everyone that sits on this Supreme Court has gone rogue. But the majority, not the minority, but the majority of these people have gone rogue, and they are showing you who they are. And when they do that, just like the orange dotard wannabe dictator on day one, adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, shows you and tells you who they are, believe them, take them at face value. Take them at face value. I just showed you a picture of a bicycle that I was sending to a friend of mine who wants to probably get their grandchild a bicycle. So I had, sorry about that. But yes, we cannot have both a rogue court, Supreme Court running wild, and keep our democracy the way that it is. We have to band together. The power comes in numbers. One thing I will say that Trump has realized how this system works and how this works is to put people against each other. Same damn near demographics. Put them against each other so that when your head is turned and you're focusing on the wrong thing against someone of your like and kind, just about, you can't detect and figure out the real picture of what's really going on. I need everybody to pay attention. You see, because what they have been doing is putting us against each other. Black and brown people against each other. Blacks against the Hispanics against the blacks, the Asians against the blacks and Hispanics, and vice versa. Meanwhile, and in the meantime and in between time, they sliding things through, twisting and turning and blaming you because we doing it to each other. Bullshit. You better wake up. You better wake up. We have a few months to turn this ship around and keep it from sinking before our very eyes. This right now, it's like we're on the damn Titanic all over again. This great nation. We cannot let this great nation go into a dictatorship or a monarchy. We cannot. That is not what we were built on. That is not what you are accustomed to or used to as a citizen of this great nation, born and raised here. Ask some of the other illegals or ask some of the aliens that have defected from their homelands and their countries. Ask them what it's like to be in a dictatorship. What is it like to be in a monarchy? What is it like? We don't know anything about that. We've heard about it. We've probably visited a few countries before, some of us. But living in it, we don't know anything about that, because all we have lived in this great nation, if you were born and raised here in the good old US of A, is we know what a democracy is. And I damn sure am not trying to find out in real time during the rest of my lifetime what a dictatorship is or a monarchy is. So I'm asking and calling on all Democrats, calling all Democrats to volunteer, reach out, talk to people that you know who has not registered to vote yet. Get them to the voter registrar's office and get them to register. Help them. Give them a ride. Talk to them about politics. We need to get out, y'all, and we need to turn out in masses. Because our freedoms, our democracy depends on this. Yes, it depends on it. That again is Richard Durbin, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, who is a Democrat, Illinois. Again, Dick Durbin. Again, the number at the bottom of the screen, if you can see it, is 202-224-7703. I also have another number that is 202-224-2152. That is to the offices of Dick Durbin, who is the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and that committee is over the judicial system that for checks and balances. And we need them to act swiftly and to use Article 3, put it in motion now to impeach some of these rogue justices. And if we can't impeach them, we need them to do some investigation and try to slow this thing down to a complete halt. But if we stand by, idly by, don't phone our constituents, don't phone our local senators and our local congressmen and congresswomen, we basically are doing absolutely nothing. We must act as good citizens and good stewards to save this democracy. Calling on all Democrats and all sensible Republicans who will be voting Democrat. Some of you Republicans are going to vote Democrat behind the scenes and not going to let any of your family members know or whatever, and I don't give a good damn about that. I don't care. But I need you to vote sensibly, and I need you to vote Democrat. You don't like Trump behind the scenes, but your skin and grin. You know, when you're amongst your colleagues and your constituents, I don't give a damn what you do. But when you get over there to that voting box and that voting booth and that ballot box, I'm going to need you to pull that lever for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I don't care if you don't tell, if it's a deep, dark secret. But I need you to be honest with yourself and in good conscience vote for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden 2024 for 4 more years so that we can help straighten this shit out right now before we lose our damn democracy. That's all I have to say, you guys. It's been good. It's been real. I'm coming to you this Friday afternoon. I don't feel that great. I've mustered up enough strength to take a shower today, to get dressed. I got to go out. I'm going to try to get a haircut today. Sunday is my birthday. I'm pretty depressed. Right now, my ex-partner today makes 4 years. That she's been gone. And who was my best friend. Even though the relationship didn't survive, but our friendship sure did. So not feeling my best, but I'm coming to you because it's very necessary. We're in a crisis situation right now, and I need every one of you that hears this, that tunes in, to do your due diligence in order to save our democracy. Y'all have a good rest of your Friday afternoon. You've been listening to Saving Money Unapologetically with PG. Today, we weren't talking directly about money. We were talking about saving our democracy. But trust and believe, with the tariffs that these folks want to impose if they get into office, will hurt you in your wallet deeply. And I'm talking about ordinary, everyday working men and women, ordinary, everyday students, ordinary, everyday, average Joe Blow. I'm talking about the people that make a little less than $100,000 a year. It's going to hurt. Even the people that make $150,000. You'll think you making less than $100,000 a year. Trust and believe. We cannot let this happen, y'all. Y'all do what y'all have to do. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a great weekend this weekend. Be safe out there. Don't take any wooden nickels. Calling all Democrats and sensible Republicans. And I want you to do the same. Talk to people. All you can do is talk to them and ask them to please register to vote. If they don't have a ride, I ask that you help them get to the voter registrar's office and so that they can register to vote. Also, if you have some time, 1 weekend a month or something, it's better than nothing to volunteer with your Democratic committees that are local in your townships, in your states, and your local areas. Please, we need all the help we can get to turn this thing around, and so that we can have 4 more years under the Biden-Harris administration. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.